I don't think you start becoming an architect thinking I'm going to do work for friends, particularly one who's going to build the place. It can go one or two ways pretty quickly. But for it to work out and to survive that process and to bring us closer as friends is pretty rewarding.
Chloe and I have been living down on the south coast for 11 years now. This little place was like a little red brick home, and me being a carpenter just saw the potential of this like diamond in the rough. We probably would have kept in this little like beach shack dream, but we outgrew it.
The initial brief was pretty full on. So Adam and Chloe are both really good friends of mine. Understanding that their personalities are quite vibrant and social people. Like they love the coast. Adzi would surf all day, every day if he could. So understanding that their lifestyle was more of an extension of the beach experience. They wanted a house that reflected their best holiday experiences. When they first spoke to me about, they were expecting their second child. So there was an immediate demand to get extra bedrooms in the house. Bigger master suite for themselves, something that was a little bit more private, separate bathrooms, just everything that you need for a contemporary lifestyle.
My main goals were to feel that we were outside when we were inside, and keeping the space small but large enough to feel like we've each got our own place within the home. Minimalist and quite sleek, and the way in which we can entertain, but also have a very homely feel to it.
We never had plans of doing a monster home. You look at all the new beach houses around here, they just build it as big as possible. My theory is if you go up, you see more houses. With us being a single story home, we just feel like we're in the reserve. You just see trees and the surf and a couple of houses. Less is more.
The home was inspired by the 70s and 80s beach culture of Australia, and an era that we reflect on as having like really good experiences as kids. And you know, you're out there surfing and skating and things that are really still exciting to us. The design phase, it was a tricky one. It's a wedge-shaped block. We were kind of forced into a really hard position to work with that wedge, work with how the house is going to fit, and then how the internal spaces were then going to flow into certain experiences internally. The back pocket is the north-facing living room, so we're getting all lovely sunlight coming in at the right times of the year in winter. We could also work across the site to open up more views to more rooms. The second you open these windows, you feel the breeze coming through and just, freshening up the house. There are some nautical influences on the house as well. You can notice that there's some like porthole windows throughout, so it's kind of got this like nice little soft curve, like it's the front of a ship as well.
I'm definitely a self-confessed hoarder. Working in the building industry, I just see so much waste. Really wanted to try and put it into my home, and we did manage to do that. All the decks, recycled timber, and a lot of the interior as well. The garden beds are jetty pylons. The bricks that we used on the extension and stuff, they were all recycled. Probably harder than it should have been. It didn't go to landfill. It went into my dream home.
It's not a standard building procurement for us, and it was really interesting to work in that way. And also just using local trades as well. So reducing the amount of embodied energy that's going into a project. It's pretty frugal, but I think it's a great result and it's a great way to procure building.
Always up for a pink home. When he pulled out the colour swatch.
And it was an array of pinks, and I thought, okay.
I was like, well, that one? And he's like,
all of them. We can't just have this really heavy colour blocked house sitting there. We want the house to fade out with the sunset as the sun's going down and kind of blend into the sky. The immediate response from one of the neighbours was, what have you done? This is a hallucinogenic eyesore. But as time passed, everyone sort of goes, oh no, we understand it now.
From the outside, it looks small, but then once you come inside, it really does have a very spacious vastness to it. I love the lighting, how you feel like you're outdoors when you're indoors. I love both bathrooms. That just feels so warm and earthy, and I honestly feel like it's like a little retreat every time I go in there, which I think is just something that probably only Chris or an architect could evoke.
There's always someone stopped like at the fence and then they just start talking about the house, or they'll just do a drive-by going, "We love your house." It makes them happy. It just puts a smile on everyone's dial.
For me, the most satisfying thing about this project is coming through and surviving it with friends. But it brought us closer. They put a lot of trust into allowing us to design it, and for us and what our focus is as a practice and everything that we believe in to be recognised by peers and for a project to be accepted by a community is just a huge deal.
Oh, living in this space, like you take it for granted. It's like living every day on a holiday, and that's what Chris has done here. We wouldn't have thought of this. He's just turned this little red brick home into a dream home.